Now at Windsor Castle. Hello.
It's the longest inhabited castle in the world. We're standing here in front of St. George's Gate in Windsor Castle. You can see here there's even the moat path. We'll go up to the gate and see what they have. It won't let us through though.
St. George's Gate.
Here we see we're at one of the gardens in Windsor Castle. Beautiful down here. You see there's a little pond. One can walk down the path here or back up over there. You can see back on this side, the way we came, this tower over here is where the royal family lives. We couldn't go through that way. You can see here the changing of the guard. I think we're catching the very end of it. It occurs every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. You can see him way in the distance. A lot of people here. See here, we're overlooking on Windsor Castle down into the other part of the surrounding areas. This was built as a castle that was mainly for defensive purposes, and you can tell that we're up on a hill, so that made it opportune for anyone, if they were going to be attacking the castle, to be spotted. See here, they have some tennis courts here. And we're going to be starting to head on inside into the castle. As you can see, this is a fairly large castle from the outside, as well as I'm sure on the inside. So more to come. We're standing outside at one of the cannons here at Windsor Castle. And interestingly, this one actually happens to be a Chinese one. Apparently it landed here from Chatham from HMS Nanking in 1856. Most likely this is just a replica. Fairly large, as you can see, pointed directly really at outside into anyone who would be approaching the area. You can see there's a giant Ferris wheel out there, and that is not the London Eye. We're out in Windsor. We are back outside of Windsor Castle. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to have any cameras inside, so we missed a lot of the beautiful artwork and everything inside, as including the Queen's house, dollhouse, miniature dollhouse.
We're missing the cold.
But we're outside here,
carrier.
inside one of the courtyards. Beautiful out here, as you can see. You can see here there's a guard, kind of just standing guard there, making sure everything's okay. Let's see where we are. Give you a 360-degree angle. outside the grounds again. One of the ways you can tell the Queen is home is looking at the flag. If that flag is the British flag that you see here in the red, white, and blue, that means that the Queen is elsewhere. And if it was a different flag, then you know that she's home. On this particular day, in August, she is not here. Probably she's in Balmoral in Scotland.
Welcome to St. George's Chapel.
Who's buried here?
Jane Seymour, Henry VIII, and Charles I.
We're about to head in. We're outside. You can see here a better view of St. George's Chapel. And you can see here the guards are coming down. This is kind of interesting. Seeing what's going on here. I think they might be doing a little change up, but we'll see. They're heading to the guard room. As you can hear, we're pretty close to the airport. All the airplanes are flying overhead. But like I was saying before, this is the outside of St. George's Cathedral. This is where King Henry VIII was buried, along with Jane Seymour and King Charles I, who was beheaded, if you recall from English history. Some other noteworthy people was the Queen Mum was also buried here, along with King George VI, who was Queen Elizabeth's father.